Coming up now, and we are live. Almost missed that.
We're late.
We are late.
Why did this? I've got one more light I can turn on. Steve and I are having a lighting battle.
Because you don't have enough lights. Oh, let me get the chat room in there. There we go.
Oh, come on. Look how nicely lit I am. I'm lit. Steve's got this bluish glow to him. Okay.
It's a healthy blue.
Jill gives up, huh? You guys should keep going till the day I died, which could be tomorrow. There you go. Because life's too short, right?
Right.
I should probably bring up Mars Edit. There we go. See how we're doing for a show. So yeah, this is going to be a relatively short show because everything's pre-recorded. It's going to be a long show, but it's going to be a short live show.
So you did, I missed it. You did roll call?
I did not do roll call. Would you like me to? Nobody asked for roll call.
Well, I think it'd be a good time.
John says, why so blue tonight, Steve?
Yeah, it's just my room. I feel fine.
All right, we've got Kevin and Bruce and Drunk Nick Nolte. Yay! And Fall in Seattle. I got it. And I haven't seen you in a while. And Frank and Mike and Jill and Lindsay the daughter, Mr. Ed, John, Sandy, and SP Sheridan. And yeah, is that everybody? Anybody hiding in the sidebar?
Rose?
I can never tell.
I don't think Rose is here.
Not yet.
Oh, in response to your question, Kevin, or your suggestion that I need a lightsaber, I've got one right there, right behind me.
Steve, say, tell the S lady to change it to pink, change the lightsaber to pink.
Change lightsaber to pink.
Ta-da! I did that for Forbes because he and Sienna sleep in that room, and I thought it'd be funnier. By the way, that's Forbes' favorite color. So if Forbes is watching, Lindsay, good, he's watching. All right, now you have to keep it pink, Steve.
Yeah, in honor of Forbes, I will leave it pink.
That changes your ghoulish pallor, though.
For the worse or better?
For the better.
All right. Hey, do you have a show to do tonight?
I do, but I'm telling you, I could fool around for 20 minutes here and it'd still be a short show.
So I recommend, since it's so short, you play your interviews. Oh,
in their entirety?
They're like 5 minutes. One of them's 1 minute. Well, you can figure it out, but I think in total I
can do that. You know why I don't? Because I get bored listening to me.
Well, they may want to hear it. Chat room, do you want to hear the CES interviews tonight in the live show, or would you rather just maybe hear it later if you're going to listen to the podcast? Sandy says, of course.
Ed had to pick up poop. I picked up 4 dog poops today. Only one of whom was from my dog, of which was from my dog. I sometimes fall asleep editing my podcast because I'm bored of me. Exactly. You understand, Jill. No, somebody left their dog poop in somebody else's driveway, and I figured they're going to go out there and have a bad day. So I didn't even have Tessa with me, and I went and I saw a guy with a dog, and I asked him for a poop bag, and I went and I cleaned it up. That way they didn't have a bad day.
Good job.
Oh, editing. Yeah, I don't edit. All right, I'll go ahead and start.
Okay.
Hi, this is Allison Sheridan of the NosillaCast podcast, hosted at podfeet.com, a technology geek podcast with an ever so slight Apple bias. Today is Sunday, January 21st, 2024, and this is show number 976. Okay, let's take a break and chat. In all seriousness, do any of you guys want a show on Super Bowl Sunday? How many of you would come if I do a show on Super Bowl Sunday? I always do it.
Wait a minute. I thought...
And I'm always kind of lonely.
I thought we had plans on Super Bowl Sunday.
Well, that's the thing. We're going to be at Super Bowl at Lindsay's house. Okay, Sandy would go. Okay,
wait. You're going to do a show while we're visiting Lindsay during Super Bowl Sunday? I may not be participating.
All right. Jill, John, Sandy, Kevin. The core group would be there, Steve.
I didn't sign up.
Well, you can kick it off and then go watch.
Yeah, that's true. It kind of runs itself.
Right?
Yeah.
I could. If you all would want a show, I can do a show. Steve will be so sad. What am I looking for? I'm looking for this.
Chit Chat 784.
Yeah. All right. There we go. Ed may be babysitting. Ooh. I think the baby needs Harrison, right? I think Harrison needs to be introduced to the show, Ed.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Sienna and Forbes were raised on this show.
For sure. All right.
All right. This week's episode of Chit Chat Across the Pond is a very meaty episode of Programming by Stealth. Bart Busschots teaches us how to build data structures using JQ with JSON files. We're not just querying existing data now, we're rebuilding the data the way we want to see it. We learn how to build strings with interpolation, which I still find a very odd word to describe that process, but it's really more like concatenation in Excel. I don't know, maybe it's just me that has trouble with that wording, but that's how I remember what string interpolation is. We also build arrays using JQ and even convert between strings and arrays with the split and join commands. We build dictionaries in a syntax that is just simple and elegant. We also build dictionaries from strings using capture with regular expressions. We learn not to do string formatting and escaping. I don't think that's supposed to say not. I think that's supposed to say how. We learn how. Don't I sound excited about JSON and JQ?
Maybe you're not supposed to do string formatting.
Maybe not. Numeric interpolation means something specific. Yes, Bruce. Do you remember interpolating the CRC math tables to calculate like sine and cosine and stuff? Do you remember that? Let's take a poll. Will people be watching the Super Bowl live show? Emoji with a football for the game or microphone for the live show? Like, yeah, Bruce is my people, see? Yeah, what would string interpolation mean? It's concatenation. We learned how to do string formatting and escaping using the @ symbol followed by other stuff. For example, @CSV can automatically create comma-separated values data for us, and @URI can escape characters for us in a URL we build using JQ. Like I said, it's a meaty episode, but Bart and I, like I said, it's a meaty episode, but Bart and I both really enjoyed this lesson quite a bit. You can find Bart's fabulous tutorial show notes at PBS. Why am I stumbling so much? You can find... Drunk Nick Nolte does a VR headset. Good. Yeah, maybe it will be long. Well, that's not what I meant to do. Like I said, it's a... You can find Bart's... It didn't look like it was running. You can find Bart's fabulous tutorial show notes at pbs.bartificer.net. And just in case I forgot to mention it earlier, remember that we now have transcripts with chapter breaks. This means you can pretty much jump directly to a topic to reread exactly how Bart explains something. The transcription is phenomenal. It's really, really good. It does misspell his name. I think he's called Bart Bouchard, but the text of what he says is, Steve and I audited it, and it sounded and read, geez, okay. This means you can, I'm ad-libbing. This means you can pretty much jump easily to a topic to reread exactly how Bart explains something beyond what's in the show notes. Bart, come on. Is this going to be a long show? Steve and I read along with the transcript and listened to the show for a little bit, and it was really, really accurate. It did misspell his name. He's Bart Bouchard in the show notes, in the transcripts, I should say. But overall, it's a pretty good way to skim the text and maybe get to a portion of the audio where you want to rehear it for clarification. This is all thanks to the magic of Auphonic. Okay, it's not magic, but it feels like magic. And you know, it's AI under the hood. Ooh.
Oh.
Fallen got the Vision Pro. Woo. That's going to be fun. I think Marty and I are going to chat tomorrow about what the ordering process was like.
It was hell.
I'm going to add one more thing. And of course, you can find Programming by Stealth in your podcatcher of choice. All right. I'm going to do just some vamping here right before the first interview.
All right.
All right, let's get started with some interviews from CES. Now, I do my best during these interviews to make sure the person I'm talking to knows this is for an audio podcast, but that there will also be an audience watching the video. The first interview is about an electric outboard motor, and it's really something cool to see. So if you're just listening, it might be fun to also click the link in the show notes to watch the video.
You didn't have a marker.
I said I wasn't going to have a marker. That's why I was careful to word it that way.
You're just
Actually, I don't know if I said it exactly that way, but that's what I meant to tell you, was that I'm going to vamp for a little bit, and then I'm going to put in the marker. Because if I put in the marker to Kahe, it wouldn't be to Kahe, right?
Well, it would be to the words you're saying about Kahe. It's relevant. But you don't need to do that.
Okay, let's see. 21st. All right. Where's Kahe? Where's Kahe? Why don't I don't have Kahe. I've got Tier 4, Rico, and Tandem.
You said you copied them?
I did. I copied them. I dragged them out of the folder.
Did you maybe assume you did Kahe last week?
Maybe.
Do you need another copy?
I do. Let me look in the trash. Trash? Wait a minute. This Mac. It's somewhere here. Where does it think it is? Oh, it's in last week's. Hang on. I didn't do it last week, right?
I don't believe so.
Okay. There's Kahe. That's odd. Okay. I've got Kahe. Right.
Now, maybe the problem was I did create the audio last week.
Oh, that's probably what it was. Couldn't have been my mistake. Where are you? All right. This guy was so sweet. So I'm going to tell you guys something that happened. I don't want this, in the podcast or anything, but this was a French guy, and he was absolutely fantastic. Really thick French accent, and he was trying to explain to me what the word kahe means. And he said it's a Hawaiian word, and he said it means redidity. And I looked at him, I said, redidity. And he goes, yeah, redidity. I said, that's not an English word. Could you mean something else? He goes, no, redidity. And this goes back, how many times we go back and forth?
About
3 or 4 times before he goes, like fluid. And I said, you mean fluidity? And he goes, sure, fluidity. It was really, really funny. But we had a good time.
It was fortunate since we did a second take. I think he did better the second time.
Yeah.
Or no,
okay.
I'm not sure it's actually in the interview itself.
It isn't. You had it. So Steve did that thing where he was recording, and then he stopped when he meant to start recording. So he did record that whole outtake of the guy saying redidity, but he didn't record the interview. So these people actually recorded it twice.
Maybe I should save that for like an outtake. Nah, he probably wouldn't appreciate it.
No, I don't think so. I mean, he thought it was pretty funny when he realized that it wasn't redidity. But I said, hey, man, I speak one language, so I'm not going to make fun of you at all.
Really?
All right, let's hear the transition. It's the video. We see a lot of things with electric motors, but what I haven't seen before is an electric motor for a powerboat. So what we're in the Kahe booth here with Christian Allier to talk about the first multifunction electric outboard motor, and that's a crazy concept. We're going to describe this, but tell us first what are you building here?
First of all, we wanted something pure and electric. Okay, it was the first idea. We want to participate to the decarbonization, so we designed and created electric motor for boats, 100% electric, 100%, with a new generation of battery. It's an eco-friendly battery. It means, I changed my word.
Yeah, that's good.
It means
Let me describe this for the audience while we're talking. This looks like a little white torpedo. It's really
Yeah,
cool looking.
it is.
He's taken the nose cone off of it. Go ahead and pull it out.
yeah, it's the best shape is a torpedo. Yeah, of course. It's aerodynamic. And when I talk about electric, is no odor, no carbon reject, and our battery is a new generation one. It means you can repair it, and you can recycle it.
Oh, good.
For example, this prototype uses absolutely second life cell, only second life cells,
Okay.
which is very important for the recyclability.
Oh, gotcha.
And we spoke about multifunction because we first started by a boat motor. You can switch immediately in a few seconds in a snorkeling underwater scooter.
So let me describe this. So he's got what looks like a more traditional. It's a torpedo with a propeller on the end,
absolutely.
and then it's the same unit, but now it's got handles on it and a GoPro mount, so you can be snorkeling and
With this kind of accessories,
pulling you forward.
You
Now,
shift it immediately in an underwater scooter, and you can do the same with this one.
all right, you hold this here. I'm going to pick up the third one. So this is the same unit. I'm holding another torpedo. It's pretty heavy, but it's got a mount on it. What is that? What is that for?
9.9 pounds.
I'm just really weak.
Oh.
So what's this mount? So we have the traditional motor for the boat, electric motor, the scooter,
Underwater scooter.
and what is the third use?
For stand-up paddle and kayak.
Okay.
Propeller.
I might be able to stay up on something if it was actually moving forward with a motor on it.
Yeah.
That might work. Okay, so he's going to actually turn it on for the video audience here.
Yeah.
Let's turn it on. Ooh. Oh, wow. That's pretty quiet.
Yeah, that's quiet. No odor.
That's
no
right.
Noise.
No gas.
No
That's
gas.
awesome.
Yeah, it's cool.
All right,
Very good.
it's getting heavy, Christian. I got to set this down. Turn it off there. Okay, make it stop. Make it stop. Oh, there we go. Oh, he turned it back on again. There, I got the audio in the right place. Okay, so this is really cool. So the single unit can do this. How far can you go, or how long can you go on a motorboat with the electric motor?
Yeah, it depends on the use and on the craft. For example, on a classic boat, you can use it for 1 hour. We prefer saying 1 hour. It's 1 hour and a half, but 1 hour with a classic boat, 3 hours, and
It's
3
hours as a snorkeling scooter.
Snorkeling scooter, and 6 hours more with stand-up paddle and kayak.
Oh, very, very cool. So when is this going to be available in the United States?
May 24.
Oh, May 2024. And what's your price point on this?
$1,500 boxes.
That's not that's actually not bad for this. This is really cool. I mean, you could get a couple of those on a powerboat, right? Could you do two of these, two of the electric motors?
Two?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Add up two. Go faster. All
Go
right.
faster and longer.
All right. And what is the website to find the Kahe?
Kae.com.
Kahe.com. Actually, you said another name last time.
Kaenautic.com.
Kahenautic.com. We will definitely write this down and have it in the notes below. Thank you so much. Really appreciate your
You're
time.
welcome. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Thank you.
I think I should cut him saying the wrong URL. He says kahe.com and it's not kahe.com, right?
Right. I don't know if he has a redirect, though. It's possible.
Let's see.
I haven't tried it.
Kahe.com. I doubt it.
Also,
No.
he quoted the price of $1,500, but the website is more like 1,000. So
Maybe it's with all the Achechapis.
well, I'm looking at motor only for 1,000.
Okay.
It has a line. It has 1447 with a line through it, and then 1,000 like it's on sale. But
Oh.
I don't know.
Okay.
My
Let me.
it's a
listen
moving
for that.
price.
Let me listen for that URL and edit it here.
2 of the electric motors?
2?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, and what is the website to find the Kahe?
Okay. And Jill taught me Command B. There we go.
Kai.com.
Kahe.com. Actually, you said another name last time.
KaiNautic.com.
There we go.
Sure.
All right, and what is the website to find the Kahe?
Kai.com.
Kahe.com. Actually, you said another.
Wait, I thought I just cut that.
It didn't cut for some reason when you did
Oh.
that.
Well, Command Delete apparently isn't how you do it. There it is. Okay, what's the key to delete? Maybe it's just, oh, maybe I didn't have this
But you have to
selected.
yeah.
There.
All right, and what is the website to find the Kahe?
KaiNautic.com.
KaheNautic.com.
There
We
we
will
go.
definitely write this down and have it in the notes below. Thank you so much. Really appreciate your
You're
time.
welcome. Thank you very much. Thank
Okay, good. Let me say something funny here.
you so much. Thank you.
Well, I want to add 2 more things to that. Grumpy in the chat room pointed out, why do I keep calling it a torpedo when I'm talking about boats? I probably shouldn't have called it that, but that was the shape of it. That's all I meant. The other thing is, Steve checked the KaheNautic.com website, and it's on sale for $1,000 right now. I don't know whether it's going to go back up to $1,500, but it was kind of interesting that it's only $1,000. So if you want a portable scooter for your snorkeling adventures, it's a lot less than buying an Apple Vision Pro. There, how's that?
Okay, I see now it says exclusive rate reserved for the first pre-orders, product delivery scheduled for May. So it's the early orders. But right now, it's
Now
around.
you tell me.
Well, I just saw that.
All right. Let's see. The next thing. Okay. I'm going to talk before I do my chapter marker.
Got it.
Okay. The next bit of content you're going to hear is from a company that had no one authorized to talk to me for an interview. We did meet a lovely gentleman who fed me some information beforehand, and you'll hear me explain what I learned. It's quite short, but it's pretty cool stuff. What are all those flashes of light? Is it flashing behind me? Oh, it is. Why is it doing that? Hang on. Maybe it's dying.
Yeah, I think it is.
I just charged it. Oh, jeez. It is really hot. Don't look into the thing, but man, like I can't even touch this thing.
It may be having problems. You might want to turn that off if you can and set it
You
aside.
think? Ow, jeez. I mean, seriously, this is hot. Okay, I've killed it. Enough of that tomfoolery. All right. The cops are outside. Thank you for pointing that out to me. I would never have noticed that. Okay. The chat room is always there for me. PDX Kurt. Boy, we have a big crowd today. Enough of it. My fingers hurt. Seriously, that thing was hot. All right, time for tier 4. Oh, do a chapter mark.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you don't get credit for it.
I was just concurring.
Did Kevin tell me to do it? I only do it when Kevin tells me.
I'm sure he did.
All right, tier 4 goes in next. This is 1 minute. Pretty cool stuff.
A company called Tier 4 has developed self-driving software that then they gave as an open source donation to the AutoWare Foundation, where now other companies are developing full self-driving with that software. They've taken it to level 4 driving, which means a driver assist. So there's a safety driver there, but not necessarily having to do any driving. And that's done in Japan right now, not in the US. And they partner with companies that build electric vehicles, electric buses. And I'm standing in front of an example here that's got a 6-seater configuration. It looks like a little conference room. and you can sit facing each other, and this is going to be full self-driving. It's an interesting concept, and I like the idea that this is open source software that can be developed by other companies. And the company, again, is Tier 4, and hopefully the Kilowatt audience will enjoy learning about this, as well as the NosillaCast audience.
There we
Little
go.
crossover episode there.
Right. I was doing a lot of stuff for Bodhi. Did you give him the Kahe one?
Yes, I did give him Kahe.
Okay. I don't really have an introduction to the Rico one.
All right.
Have I now set a precedent that I need to introduce each one? Yeah. The audience is clever enough. So the Rico one is cool. They've got one of those portable monitors, the USB-C portable monitors, like the Coco Par or the KYY, but theirs is OLED, and they've got an OLED full HD, so 1080p, and they've also got a wireless one, and they're going to send me one. That's going to be fun. All right, so Rico. I'm just going to start Rico like right after that. It goes down and comes back up again.
NosillaCast audience. A lot of people are fans of the ScanSnap scanners, and they were from Fujitsu, but I'm standing in a PFU Rico company booth, and Scott Francis is going to explain to me what I just said.
Yes, Allison. Well, thanks for stopping by. So the former Fujitsu company...
You know what? I'm going to apply a filter to this track. I think I can bring that audio, the noise down a little bit.
that has made Fujitsu scanners for over 30 years
That's better, isn't
was
it?
acquired by Ricoh. Ricoh now owns a majority, 80% of our company. So now we've gone from the Fujitsu logo to Ricoh.
Okay, that's good, but Ricoh's a household name. We're good with that.
Ricoh is an excellent name. They make great products. So we really found ourselves great products. So
Okay, let me see what that did to the previous one, because it's on the same track.
Driving, which means a driver assist.
Yeah, so that works. It works. Oh, you wanted to actually hear this.
Oh, for Windows users at least.
Windows
Hang on. Sorry.
Fujitsu logo to Ricoh.
Okay, that's good, but Ricoh's a household name. We're good with that.
Ricoh is an excellent name. They make great products. So we really found ourselves right at home under the Ricoh badge.
Yeah, that sure sounds like it. So you've got a couple of things here. What I'm really excited about is portable displays. I think portable USB-C displays have just like revolutionized my life. I think they're cool. So you've got an offering here.
I think it's one of the best new products that most people didn't even know existed.
Didn't know they even needed.
That's right. But when you get one in your hands, you'll know right away that you want one and you won't want to give it back.
That's for sure. I bought one. I gave my daughter one, and then now she's basically like a salesperson at her office for them. So what is the offering from Ricoh?
So this is our new portable monitor 150. We also have the 150BW, which is a battery and wireless model. So
What?
models to choose from. That's right.
Wireless. Okay, don't get me too excited. We'll come up on the wireless one. Let's do this one first.
Yeah, let's talk about the basic specifications that both models share. First, it's a 15.6-inch OLED display.
OLED. Okay.
That's right. So you're going to get great brightness, amazing image quality. We have twin speakers on the side to complement your presentation. This has tempered glass, so it's a very durable design as well.
That's important in a portable display.
And full HD resolution as well.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So what is the resolution?
The resolution is full HD 1920 by 1080.
Okay. Okay. And then it looks like it might have a kickstand on the back, does it?
Great point, Allison. So we can see it from the side. It has an integrated kickstand. This is unique to our model. It's unique because you can have it in different orientations. Let's say I'm a graphics artist and I want to do some digital art. I can have it in any orientation that works. This is a 10-point touch screen display.
So for Windows users at least?
Windows users, Mac users, even iOS and Android.
Oh, that's interesting. So the way he's got it set on the table, it's at an angle like it would be very comfortable to draw on it with Procreate or something like that.
Exactly.
But it's not you wouldn't be drawing right on it.
You could draw right on this using the stylus. You can use a standard stylus. We also sell a stylus for about $100 that has over 4,000 levels of sensitivity and 2 function buttons. So if you're using Adobe Photoshop, you can bring out all those extra features.
But Mac OS is not a touch operating system, but I guess it's like having a Wacom tablet in the old days?
Yeah, I think for driving it with the display itself, it would actually be Windows or Android.
Okay, that makes sense.
For Mac, you can actually duplicate your display, but to your point, you're not actively driving the session.
Okay, that makes more sense. But it can also stand up as a regular stand for using it as a computer device as an extended display, correct?
Or sizes in between. So that's the best part about the
Very
integrated
nice, very nice. The thing I like about an integrated kickstand is it doesn't take up a lot of room on the desk, too.
It's perfect for all those home remote workers that don't have a lot of space.
Or road warriors.
And in road warriors, you can take it right on the road. If you're an outside salesperson, let your customer see the presentation while you drive it from the other side. This is a much better experience than having everyone huddle around a laptop.
Right. Okay, so now I want to hear about this wireless version, because that just sounds like sorcery to me.
All right,
so we're going to
let's
walk
come
down
over
here.
Now with both models, I can go USB-C with either model, and it can be powered with USB-C as well for our battery model. So the battery model has a 3-hour battery, and it can charge in about 2.5 hours.
Is this one I've got in my hand right here?
Yes, so this is the BW.
Okay, I'm lifting this thing, and this thing weighs nothing. This is a 3.5-hour
It
battery?
weighs 25 ounces. It's amazing. One hand, maybe even 2 fingers.
I'm telling you, Steve's manning the camera, but you got to lift this. You got to see how light this is. That is astonishing. That's so light. Now it's tethered right now to
If
cable.
you're gonna
but-
travel around with a portable display, you want the 150 because it is super lightweight, but it's solid design.
But that's got a battery in it.
It's got a battery in it, a 3-hour battery that can recharge in about 2.5 hours.
It's amazing.
And you can use it while it's charging.
That's fantastic. So this is the 150 and the 150 BW.
Yes.
And BW stands for?
It's just our part number suffix to connotate that we have a battery and wireless.
Okay,
Battery, wireless.
Okay, I got that. So what's your price point on these two devices?
Street price is $700 for the wireless and battery model. $550 is the street price for the USB-C only.
So if you're looking at cheesy USB-C displays and going, well, wait a minute, that's a ridiculous price. These are OLED. That is a huge
Yes.
difference here.
You could spend $200 on a portable display, but it's going to be heavy. It's not going to have a battery. It's not going to operate well. These have a reduction of blue light emissions to make it great. You can even use it in lower light settings. If you're going to use something all of the time, spend a little more and get a lot more value.
Very good. This is fantastic. So if people want to find out more about the 150 and the 150 BW portable displays, where would they go?
They can go to RicoDocumentScanners.com, and that will take you to our Rico site where we have all of our products here, including our document scanners.
All right, very good. Thank you very much, Scott. This is fantastic.
Thank you, Allison.
Boy, they made the whole URL thing complicated. I just found the Rico site, and it's actually pfu-us.rico.com/portable monitors. And what did he say? Rico portable scanners or something?
Yeah, I went to that initially. I found the better website.
What URL did you use?
Let me.
The PFU-US? He said RicoPortableScanners.com or something like that?
Yeah, I don't think I used that. I have to bring up Final Cut to see what I actually use. But
Yeah, well, it's probably in the video.
well, I could scan to the video, I guess.
No, you could. Oh, I see. It isn't in
I'd
the
have to
links
scrub.
below? It isn't in the links below?
The links below.
Usually below the video, in the text.
So I
you usually
used
put a link to it.
pfu-us.rico.com/portable monitors.
Yeah, that's the one I found. Yeah, that's a little better, but it's still annoying. Yeah, Lindsay, he was good at the name. There was another guy. Gosh, I forget. This guy was like, "Hi, so, hi, how you doing, Allison? It's so nice to talk to you, Allison."
Oh yeah,
you remember that guy, right?
that's coming up, but I'm not.
That
today.
guy just looked like he was born to be in sales.
Yeah, and he spoke like it. You know, I was going to comment when I saw the naming for these, the 150 and the 150 BW. I'm thinking black and white is not going to cut it here.
That's what somebody else said. I don't know what the
It's
W is for
battery
wireless.
/ wireless.
Oh, battery and wireless. Okay.
Yeah, which I just put W. Although some people might think that's wired. I don't know.
Unfortunately, Marty, at least for me, the General John Stark vodka is not available in California. They don't ship it here.
That's why it was such a treat when Pete was able
Nobody would ever ship alcohol across
no.
enemy lines. to
somehow
send to me.
it arrived here.
It was nice of Pete to stop by and bring us a bottle.
Yes, hand it to us. Well, he does fly himself, but
That's true.
I don't know if that makes it easier or harder to get.
And it came with stickers for his podcast. So there I was. Mm-hmm. You guys should check that out. It's a cool show.
I know a guy in shipping. Nice.
All right. And here's the last one of these. This is going to be a long show because Chit Chat is 55 minutes long, I think.
Wow.
I mean, Chit Chat, security bits. All right, here we go. Here's a tandem.
I got an assignment from Mac Lurker, Dorothy, asking if I would go to the tandem booth, and I'm here with Ben Marr to talk about their diabetes pumps, and we're going to learn a little bit about how these work and maybe answer a couple of Dorothy's questions. I've got them up on my phone. So welcome to the show, Ben.
Thank you very much for having me.
All right, so first of all, what is an insulin pump? What does that do?
An insulin pump is essentially, as that it delivers insulin to those who need it, with those with diabetes.
Okay, so you've got a tiny little unit in your hand. Let's hold it up for Steve. He's got a little unit in his hand. It's got a display on it. It's smaller, like half the size of a deck of cards, I'd say, maybe. And it's got a display showing insulin levels and a bunch of other great metrics, I assume?
Yeah, correct. It's actually monitoring your insulin, your continuous glucose monitors your blood sugars, and it's showing you the history of that, and it's showing you the history of the adjustments that the pump's been making over time to your insulin to keep you in range.
So from my limited understanding, I've been taught by Dorothy, a continuous glucose monitor is something that you stick to your arm, for example, a little patch?
I can show you one right here. This is called the Freestyle Libre 2 Plus continuous glucose monitor by Abbott.
It basically looks like an AirTag stuck to his arm.
Yeah, correct.
Okay.
But it's a lot more than that. It actually has a sensor just underneath your skin, and it measures the sugar levels in your blood, and it measures that every 1 minute to see how your insulin levels need to be.
And this was a huge advantage over pricking your finger years ago.
Yeah.
Not that long ago, like a few minutes ago.
Not that long ago, and many people still do that today. And that's unfortunately you'd have to prick your finger sometimes up to 20 times a day to check your blood sugar levels and give yourself insulin accordingly.
What Dorothy's taught me is that it's not just how high your blood sugar goes, but maintaining an even keel is what you need. And so having we're going to call it a CGM, continuous glucose monitor, having that is really important. But now what's important about Tandem is that you work with, you guys don't make CGMs, but you work with other manufacturers?
Yeah, correct. And today we just announced, as I said, the Abbott integration, which is the first integration with the Freestyle Libre sensor. But we actually are the first pump to be able to connect to up to 3 different CGMs, as we call them, meaning that you can use our pump and no matter what different CGM you use as well.
Oh, okay, that's a big advantage. So what the product in your hand, what is that? What's the name of that?
This is the T-Slim X2 insulin pump.
Okay, and now you've got a smaller device here. Can you show us that on screen? Now this looks like, boy, I don't even know, that's like smaller than a cigarette lighter, but it's got an interesting looking little plastic probe sticking out of the top. What is that?
That's actually the cartridge on there. So this is Tandem Mobi, our insulin pump that we're just in the process of releasing. And this is actually the cartridge that you see. So you actually have the insulin in there, and that connects to an infusion set which connects to your body, which actually delivers insulin into your body every 5 minutes based on your CGM readings.
Oh, so that's much, much smaller than the one you've got in your hand. So is that in development right now?
No, that's actually just recently been cleared by the FDA, and we're in the process of actually releasing that to the public starting this year.
Oh, very good, very good. Now, Dorothy asked me to ask you, will you be able to update the firmware on the Mobi?
Yes, absolutely. So that's one of the unique things about tandem pumps is you can actually update the software. So today, as I mentioned, you update your software and you can start to use the Abbott sensor. Both of our pumps will be completely software updatable, and the unique thing about this one is there's no ports on there, so it's completely wirelessly updated via the compatible mobile app.
Oh, okay. So that's why it doesn't have a display on it or anything.
Correct. That's why we can make it so small, because it's controlled by a mobile app.
Okay. Wireless, but it's still connected to you.
It's still connected to you when you need it for the insulin.
Until they can magically transport the insulin into you, I guess that's going to be the case. So the other question she asked was, with the continuous glucose monitors, you have to replace those every 3 days. So it's a big advantage you're not pricking your finger, I'll get this right, pricking your finger 20 times a day, right. But now every 3 days, that's still annoying. Is there
I'm going to get rid of that. What do you think? Or do you think that's cute when I say it wrong?
So is it the CGM you have to replace every 3 days, or is it the infusion site?
I'm not asking that question. I'm asking.
Oh.
I said I'm going to cut out the part where I can't say pricking your finger. Oh, he thinks it's cute.
Got it.
So it's a big advantage you're not pricking your finger. I'll get this right. Pricking your finger 20 times a day.
I'll leave it in.
But now every 3 days, that's still annoying. Is there any progress on making those last longer?
Yeah, for sure, absolutely. So yeah, I think the great thing about insulin pumps is it saves you about over 2,000 injections of insulin you'd have to do in a year.
Oh, I forgot about that part.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot. But we are absolutely working on what we call longer wear time. So moving from 3 days ultimately up to 7 days as well. That means you essentially halve the amount of times you have to change your insulin site.
I would assume that has to do with infection and things like that, leaving it in too long.
Yeah, there's a lot of technology to make sure, because your body essentially doesn't want you to be opening up your skin every few days, so it actually tries to resolve that. But so we're working on the technology means that it doesn't get as irritated.
All right, and she said the final question is, when will we get an artificial pancreas so you don't have to do any of this? It's all done in a full closed-loop system.
Yeah, well, essentially that's the holy grail of what we're working on with insulin pumps. I'm very, very hopeful that we'll be able to come out with that soon, and hopefully for your friend.
Someday. Yeah.
Soon.
So is this just for type 1 diabetes, or is it type 2 diabetes? So type 1 diabetes is not your behavior caused this, you're born with that, or you get this, right?
Yep. Right now, our algorithm, our automated delivery system is indicated for type 1 only, but we are actually working on making that available with a regulatory body for type 2 diabetes as well.
Very good. Well, I thank you for your work at keeping my friend Dorothy alive and healthy all these years.
Best wishes to Dorothy.
All right. Thank you very much.
I like how Dorothy gets a call out.
Yeah, it was really interesting after he described that, or after we got off the air. He was perfectly on his game. He had his shtick. He was doing his whole thing. He wasn't smarmy salesy, but he was doing his marketing job and everything. But as soon as we got off the air, he just said, I feel so for Dorothy. Diabetes is a horrible, horrible disease, and I feel so badly for her. And it was so empathetic that it kind of surprised me, because he just seemed like a guy working at a company, but he's not a guy working at a company. He's a guy who's really, really committed to the work that they're doing there. So
did you get the impression he was a user of the device? He had diabetes and used it?
What did you think?
Well, he was wearing it, and the tube was going under his shirt, but that could just be for illustrative purposes.
That would be my guess, was that he was wearing it like he had a CGM on his arm, but I don't know. He could have been.
It sounded like he was, the way he was speaking, like he was truly empathetic, as if he had been there. done
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, it might have been cool to have it on audio, Lindsay, but I think it was so personal that he didn't say it on the air. You know,
Yeah.
it was, now I've outed the guy for being a nice guy and really, really caring about his work, but,
Wow.
what are you gonna do?
In public, nonetheless.
Yeah.
All right.
right.
So,
Chapter mark.
how are we doing?
We're doing good. Oh, yeah.
Oh, you're
Still
only
getting-
21 minutes?
Yeah.
So it'll only be a 70 plus minute show.
Well, let's see what Notion says. Oh, I don't have it open. Do I? Yeah, I have it all calculated out. I love this thing with Notion that Jill helped me stand up, where I can see it should be 66.5 minutes, but usually goes a little bit longer than whatever it predicts. I'm a proud owner of a useless pancreas.
Oof.
Yeah, I didn't mean to discount type 2 diabetes. I was just trying to make the distinction between the two. Hope I didn't get it too wrong.
Well, but Nick's saying it's also genetic.
Type 2 is.
Yeah.
But it's also controllable with, or there's also a diet and weight component to it that isn't there with type 1 diabetes, right? All right, I'm going to do my spam here. I will await a response on that. I don't know if you've noticed this, but the Podfeed podcasts don't have any ads. When you think about how happy that makes you, I'd like you to consider how the costs of creating this fabulous content are covered. They're covered by the generosity of listeners who choose to either pledge a monthly amount via podfeed.com/Patreon or single-time donations via podfeed.com/PayPal. Now, I'm tired of ads, aren't you? Please consider becoming one of the heroes of the show and supporting this work with your hard-earned dollars, or yen, or euro.
Were you ad-libbing there?
I was.
I didn't see that in the script.
I know, it was wild. It was wild that I did that, wasn't it? All right. You know, the transcript thing is interesting. Michael Westbay, I think it was Michael, called out something that Bart said incorrectly in Programming by Stealth. And I looked back at the show notes, and the show notes were correct, but I was able to go back into the transcript and see where he did say it backwards. He said something that he didn't mean to say. He said it right once, and then he said wrong the second time. But it is kind of interesting that now you can catch us out for sure. You can prove that we said something wrong. Look at the transcripts. All right. Let's see. Now I got to do those one at a time. Oh, got to get Security Bits music. Pop these in. That, and do that one. And let me take all of these, slide them a little bit, get our chit chat intro. All right, and I'm going to get rid of that. Oh, and Steve's going to want to hear the plink. Here we go. Blink.
Well done.
Did you get it, Steve?
One is good. One and done.
That's it.
That's it.
We don't have that kind of time.
We're on a schedule tonight.
We're not. No more than we ever are. All right, let's see. All right. Or euro. Well, it's that time of the week. I was a little late. Steve likes it a little earlier. Well, it's that time of the week again. Too early. It's tough getting this right. Well, it's that time of the week again. It's time for Security Bits with Bart Busschots. How are you today, Bart?
I am good.
My voice sounds very different there. Let's see. Becoming one of the heroes. Oh, it's because I've been listening to me on the other mic from the show, from CES. How are you today, Bart?
I am good. I got out on my bike and on my walk before the worst of Storm Aisha. So, yeah, I'm good. I'm all exercised. I won't say I stayed dry. That would be a lie in the extreme. But compared to what's happening out there right now, I did good.
Hey, well, Tessa and I went for a walk in the rain yesterday. It rained nearly 1/10 of an inch while I was out there. A half an inch in a day.
Oh, wow. Did I tell you that?
I heard something here.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm all exercised.
I made some noise on that, bumping something there. All right, cutting you off. All right, let's get to the end here. Hour and 15 minutes.
To tell everyone, yet again, because it's been 3 weeks, I've realized. Remember, folks, stay patched so you stay secure.
What did he say after?
I'm hoping I didn't preemptively whoosh us out there, but I think we were done.
Whoosh us out there. Usually we have some sort of head nod, and he just took us out. We've been gone a long time. All right. Outro coming. Well, that's going to wind us up for this week. Did you know you can email me at allison@podfeet.com anytime you like? Just send a question or a suggestion on over. You can follow me on Mastodon at podfeet at chaos.social. Remember, everything good starts with podfeet.com. If you want to join in the fun of the conversation, you can join our Slack community at podfeet.com/Slack, where you can talk to me and all of the other lovely NosillaCast castaways. You can support the show at podfeet.com/Patreon or with a one-time donation at podfeet.com/PayPal. And if you want to join in the fun of the live show, it was hopping tonight. Head on over to podfeet.com/live on Sunday nights at 5 p.m. Pacific time and join the friendly and enthusiastic Nosilla castaways. Thanks for listening and stay subscribed. You always say, oh, you were here for most of the show. This was just a short show, Pete. You were here for most of it, weren't you?
Stay secure.
Okay, I think I left too big of a gap there.
So you stay secure.
Well, that's going to wind us up for this week. Did you know you can email me? 237 replies. Oh, you're in Mumbai.
And what time is it there? Pizza.
I can tell you what time it is.
Yeah, please do.
It's 5:51 a.m. minus a half. No, it's 10 hours. 10 hours. So it'd be 15:52, but 15:22, whatever that time is at. Minus? Oh, it's
That's
minus?
three.
No. Oh, minus. Yeah, you're right.
3:32 in the afternoon.
Yeah, they took India's interesting. Whoever king or whatever.
7:22.
Well,
That's
it went the
close.
other way.
Oh.
Well, because it was minus, not plus.
Oh.
They used to have 2 or 3 time zones, and whoever took over went, yeah, we're going to have one, and just split the difference down the middle. I think it was a good idea. I would like that.
Sure.
It's the Brits.
All right. I have my chapter count done.
Hang on. Oh, do you?
I'm done.
And stay subscribed. There you go. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I need to change the size of this window to read them all. 4, 7.
Yep. That's what we had last time, I think.
It's amazing. It's the British way. All right. I think we are ready to call it at 5:53 p.m., even listening to those.
Yep.
So
People get out of school early today.
this was fun. It was hopping.
Yeah, thanks all for joining us. It was a good full house.
All righty. Well, let's say goodbye. I'm going to say goodbye to Rose anyway. Goodbye, Rose. Whether you're here or not, I always kiss her goodbye. Bye.
Goodbye, all.